Sometimes we create unwanted or unnecessary events in our code by mistake, and such events should be removed so that our code file remains clean. So to remove an unwanted event is a two-stage process. In the first stage, we remove the event method. Event method is in our code file. This is the event method, and event method. So we remove the unwanted event method from our code file, and then we remove the event handler from the designer file. So here we have two-stage process. Remove the event method and then remove the event handler. So let's have an example on it. This is our hello button click event and the button we have here, right? This button has this event method. Now I'm going to remove this event. Let's just say this event is unwanted. I don't want that event in my code. So I just remove it. That was a step number one. I just removed the event method. But the event handler of this method is still in the designer file. Let's see how the program will react if we do not complete the stage number two. In the error list window, you can see there is an error in my program, and this error is actually coming from the designer file. So there is an event handler in the designer file which is unrecognizable. And if I show you the designer now, you will see the designer is actually gone. You see the error instead of the designer, like the name btn hello underscore click does not exist in the current context. And this hyperlink actually tells you what to do, which line you need to remove from the designer file. If I click on this link, I will be diverted exactly to the place where the event handler is, and I will then remove the handler. So let's click on the link, and now this is the event handler we need to remove from the designer file. So just remove the event handler. Now close the designer file, and designer is not back yet. So close the designer as well. And now right click or double click form1.cs to get your designer back. So this is how we remove unwanted events from our code. Just remember, you will always do that in two steps. In the first step, you will remove the event method. In the second step, you will remove the event handler from the designer file. Sometimes we accidentally create an event without any naming. And to keep such events in a code is not a good practice because of the code readability. All the events must have a proper name in the code. Now, for example, let's say I drag a button, right? This is our button number 2. And without changing the name, I simply double click on the button. It will simply create an event. As you can see, now the name of the event is button to click. The event is created, and in the code, we actually don't know the purpose of this event because the name is not clear. This name tells its purpose, button cancel operation. This one is also a good name, btn play, but this one is not good. Now, after the event is created, I decide to change the name of the control. So I will select the control, go inside the property window, and here I will say, let's say btn open. The name of the control is now changed to btn open, but the event will still be button to underscore click. That simply means when the event is created, it's created. You cannot simply change its name just by changing the name of your control. Now, in order to fix it, you have two different options. The first option, as usual, delete the event, just like we did earlier. Delete the event and create it again. Another option is change the name here and then update the handler in the designer file. For example, I change the name here first, btn open, like this. Now we will go inside the designer file and we will search for btn open. Here is a btn open and here is the event handler. So we must change the name of the handler, the same name, btn open. Now our code will work perfectly fine. Close the designer file. We can check the handler, the event. Let's say this button will simply display a message box. We will study the message box class later on. Hello. Let's now run the program and check the output. There is no error in our code. Let's now click on the button and here we see the message box, right? Our program or our application is working perfectly fine. So my friends, in this chapter, we learn to remove unnecessary or unwanted events from our code file. In the next chapter, we will study the form load event, a very important event which is used to initialize variables and set the initial properties of the controls.